Joining us now, the Fox News legal analyst, Lise Wheel, criminal defense attorney, Whitney Boan. Good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Bruce Jenner at the center of an investigation into a fatal car accident. How much danger is he in going away to prison for a long time?
A lot of danger, because if he was on the cell phone, if the prosecutors can prove that he was texting on his cell phone, he was texting as the accident happened. That's the thing, they've got to prove the time, together. If they can prove that, then in California, texting while driving is not a crime, but it's an infraction. But if you're texting while driving, they can, and then there is, a deadly
manslaughter.
Vehicular manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, they can bump it up to that.
And the penalty is?
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. I don't think that he is in a position where he's going to be in a large amount of trouble. I think that he's already released a statement stating that through his PR rep that he was not texting. That's a bold move, and as a defense attorney, I feel like, or at least I would hope that he had consulted with counsel prior to doing that, and I don't think that he's going to suffer any consequences. He's passed the sobriety test. He passed the blood test. There was no intoxicants in his blood. I don't think he's going to have any problems with this.
There were reports, early unconfirmed reports, as they say, that that there was suspicion that he had been smoking marijuana, that in connection to his transition, that he had actually, as Whitney points out, offered to turn over his cell phone so that people knew that he was not texting. The police knew.
Right, and apparently he says paparazzi were following him. Well, that cuts both ways. Obviously, that's bad for him in the sense he doesn't want paparazzi following him. On the other hand, it's also bad for him and good for the prosecution if they can show the paparazzi taking pictures of him on that cell phone at the time of the accident.
Or on the flip side, it's exculpatory, I mean, it will show that he wasn't. I mean, it could work both ways.
Well, let's find out how it works. And because I really don't give much of a hoot whether they were paparazzi or not. That gives no person
it doesn't, but they took the pictures.
I mean, it doesn't give anybody an excuse to drive like that and for people to be killed and injured.
I agree.
That's insane.
Now, to be fair to Jenner, he was not the part, he didn't instigate the whole accident. He was a part of like a bam, bam, bam kind of thing.
Chain reaction.
Exactly. But if they can show the prosecutors, and it's going to come down to timing, completely down to timing, if they can show that he was texting marijuana or not, if he was texting at the time.
Well, if he is not the incipient force in this action, how could he get manslaughter?
It's still a transgression, and if you're part of that, the California law is very clear. If you are committing even an infraction at the point where someone is killed, you can be charged.
Even if you're not.
Well, if your driving's reckless. I mean, if the driving amounts to being reckless, you could be charged.
Correct.
I mean, even if he was following closely, I still think it would be a difficult case for this prosecution to be able to prove.
You know what I love about you attorneys? You have managed to take the facts of this case as we understand it. And I now am more
you don't know what's going on. That's what we do. We want you confused a little bit.
But you also bring great enlightenment and comfort when it comes to the law, sort of. Thanks a lot. Please appreciate it. Whitney, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that is